Hey guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday I don't even know. We're not gonna think about dates right now. We're just, because actually this morning I got time is only here on earth, baby. So we are not doing fucking dates until I put them into the description below. Okay. Alright, so there's a lot going on in the ethers. I feel sensational. However, I feel like things are transitioning for sure. Like I felt that this morning upon waking up. That's when you are kind of the clearest. So the clearest and the purest. So the energy that I felt was very good. And it was definitely by far the most good I've felt in a while in terms of having felt into any type of transitions. But I feel like with a lot of that there's like this letting go still with the full moon. So I just feel like, you could be kind of extra tired. I don't know, there's definitely like an extra tired something going on in terms of, I think spiritually having to let go a lot of stuff, or invisibly having to let go a lot of stuff. Alright, so the cards are already coming out. Like, even my heaven cards are feeling a lot lighter today, which, they're always light. Alright, thank you. Highest and best yin and yang cards for today. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. Okay. Alright, so, and I feel like this is, like, the reason why this is all happening is I feel like, I think there's power in giving up and letting go and like kind of letting the earth do its thing, the energy of the power of the world do its thing, and sometimes it's also doing a number on you. So there's a power in it because it's kind of like you're kind of forced to let go and you're forced to just really flow. So you could have put in like a lot of work yesterday for you to flow today, and also to put your priorities into work. Like for instance, what also came through today is I think I'm going to focus more so, my life is very interesting. It transforms a lot, and along with that transforms, like my company transforms, So, and I like actually like keeping shit fresh. So like I don't mind it, but it does take a lot of work to pivot, And like long story short, I just realized I think one of my passions is, I love to organize, but I think what I'm really going to kind of hone in on is career. Thank you, Spirit. Career, that was a confirmation. I got two confirmations as of today, but it's more so career organization. So anything having to do with an office or, home-based or regular, office space-based. Anything that has, anything that like really kind of requires systems. And here's the thing, a lot of the times, here's why I think this is so important, is because a lot of the times, or maybe in the past, we've been made to think that your home is really kind of foundational. But honestly though, your home really can't run without your business. Do you get what I'm saying? So home is something to literally go home to. Like even I was like observing a woman the other day, and I don't know why, I was just like walking, and she had her vest on from work, and I was like thinking about her, and I was like, honestly, I'm like, the bitch is just going home to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful, because if your house is that zenned out, but literally your house is literally a storage unit plus, livable stuff, like obviously water, shelter, things to cook with, like it's there, but you can, I'm not going to say, like, you can have that in your, in your office space, but obviously not to that max extreme, because like a lot of us don't have showers there and things like that, you know what I'm saying? But really, like, that's so just to kind of, give you a different perspective on things, is that really it comes down to your business being more organized in your home, so that's flowing. and that you can feel at least more zen when you do go home, and you can feel way more motivated to just, you know, deal with your own personal shit. Because I think I also want to keep a distance from people too. Like, I'm not like that's why maybe I didn't get into the whole organizing thing, because there's so much psychological like warfare that people are going through in their own heads, that I was like, I am not going to get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? And holy shit, this came out for me today too. This is wild. So just letting you know that I think that's going to be more so where I stand. And yeah, and I would love to actually help those businesses, like coastal businesses, like by the water, because that would be so fun to prepare them for, you know, fucking hurricane status and shit. You know, you got to just stay prepared, yo. Stay prepared. So, all right. So thanks for hearing me out on that. That's definitely something that came through, which I feel like I just have to kind of, again, pivot, but not in a bad way. Again, this day is really, I don't feel bad in any case whatsoever. It's the 13th. Thank you. Okay. See, it's meant to come out when it's come out. By the way, it's also a very yin day. It's still a divine feminine day, but it's kind of like a more protruding divine feminine day. So you will feel, you know, you will feel like a little slow down, and it's okay. Like, I feel like the divine feminines are feeling extra slow down, and then the divine masculines are more so like, you know, more revved up, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But still yet slow down at the same time. So the yin card for today is My Mind is Free. That's such a beautiful card. And the yang card for tomorrow, what the fuck is that? I'm like seeing the most wildest shit lately that I'm like, I don't even know if I'm actually seeing it or not, but if it was there, I'm just gonna say thank you, Spirit. I don't know what else to fucking say. It's the weirdest shit. It's so wild to me. So wild. So, okay, so my mind is free, and maybe because my mind is more free, I'm seeing a lot of fucking oddball shit that like I know I'm seeing it, but like it's invisible, but then it also is visible, and then it kind of it disappears. Like, it's the fucking weirdest shit. I've been seeing that with like different things too. Like, oh my god, it's so weird. So, and normally that like doesn't really happen in my world, but it's like, okay. And so, alright, so my mind is free. I might have to read the book on that. And I had to leave that way is for tomorrow. So, this is mediumship deck, by the way, of which I feel is going to touch home with your it's going to break any spells that you have kind of going on within your inner childlike self. Okay, I feel like that's where my mediumshipness hits home. And so I just feel like today is like you're set free from something that maybe was holding you back for a long time. You could also be getting, like, I feel like there, since we're like letting go of a lot, like there's a lot that's been let go in your mind, and that is kind of being like recalibrated, restructured. You know, this full moon was not like, it was a little bit of a heavier one, I feel, and not your typical is what I'm hearing. And also it was very unique because of the fact that, you know, the queen passed. So the whole thing is, I feel, and somebody had yesterday, by the way, said the same shit that I was feeling in their own, you know, reading type of podcast thing. Well, reading, I guess, video, whatever. I'm not even making that much sense, so I apologize. But it's also Mercury retrograde. Thank you for also wanting to come out. So he wanted to make himself known, you know what I'm saying? And so the whole thing is, I feel like the mind is set free, but also there are kind of, like I said, there's pivoting, there's a lot to be kind of tired about, because just like, for instance, like, let's take on the idea of, when somebody dies, there's a procession, right? And then there's like, like, for instance, the transition that the Queen had to make was literally from Scotland to England, which was like 6 hours, I heard. Or if I got that right, it was like a 6-hour fucking travel. And so the whole thing is, bro, a bitch is tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I feel like she's been transitioning for like 6 hours plus. And like, even more so, obviously, beyond it in terms of the ether transition. But like, thank you, sir. But like, there's just been a lot of change. So like, and you're talking about, decluttering, but also what's coming in, like, for instance, the whole, we lost because I'm a part of that. Like, I'm a part of the world, right? So we lost a queen as the world, but we also gained a king. So that in itself is a huge energy shift too, And so this energy is not to be taken lightly, honestly. Also speaking, what I was about to say before is that when I had said in my podcast yesterday that, I felt like the Queen left, but she sprinkled all of us with a lot of her strength, and I'm hearing also inner peace. And goodness is what's also popping up. Somebody else had like said that in their podcast after, like me hearing them afterwards, after I posted. And she said something like, there's something funny going on, where she's like, I feel like we all got a little bit of her juju, right? Like her, and I said, yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's so wild. So actually, and Spirit's confirming with you are, that is so hilarious. So yes, thank you, Spirit. That is so true. So so that's, everything is feeling based. So if you could feel into somebody, like, turn off your thinker a little bit and feel, you will feel the truth. Because I feel like the truth comes out from a feeling. You know what I'm saying? And what was I going to say? Truth comes out from a feeling. There's also something more so to put into place, of which is simplicity, right? Put simplicity into place is what I'm also receiving, which is, to me, I feel like a very big deal, because I actually, like, I feel like I put extra simplicity when it comes down to like businesses. I feel like everybody kind of wants to, up the ante and really kind of, I want to say, like, host your guest as a client or a customer really well. And so you want everything to be perfect, and you want everything to be like, like something that like can impress them. You know what I'm saying? But really what it comes down to is, a lot of the time I feel like people just need simplicity. You know what I'm saying? They need to come back to like square one. And I feel as though if you can hang on to that idea of simplicity and share that, model. And what I like to do is I like to literally, whatever, I'm going to just say bring extra simplicity to the whole thing, because you could be as simple as possible, but yet there's even more simplification that you can actually go through again, which somebody, by the way, had said. I actually just ran into organizing, somebody, who's known in the organizing world, had said, and I just like saw for the first time today, had said, there's different levels of it. There is, you can organize to where like everything kind of is a balanced organized, where it's like you feel like you're doing a good job at life, and you're keeping orderly and this and that. But then there's a level of like kind of that OCD, like trying to reach the highest and best like perfection, which really is not a good level, right? So but here's the thing, I love to kind of reach that perfection as best as possible because I'm all about heaven on earth. So I like to deal with the clients that kind of have their shit together and yet are open to fine-tuning their, their ways, the ways of their own world in terms of how they've developed. So that's my quote-unquote specialty, because I love doing it. And I love being around successful people that have, put the work into figuring out what works in a simple way, and then fine-tuning it, but then also keep it going in terms of, having it stay fine-tuned and having it stay organized and things like that. Like, I love that. I love it. So that's like who my clientele would be. But why I go into this is because I feel like there's a wellness here. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like there's a wellness here that we're talking about that is coming through, like a kind of like a mental health wellness thing. And a lot of it, actually, people have just done studies. I didn't hear it all the way through, but there have been studies of where organization, and to me it's very spiritual, it's highly spiritual. They've done studies where, like, it really helps the mental, the mental wellness of what do people like to call it? I forgot. I don't know. Mental health. Yeah. So it really brings wellness into the whole mental health. It is, first of all, wellness. Second of all, and what I'm saying in a balanced way, it's definitely wellness. And it's the wellness that's being brought to mental health. So I think that's basically something that we need to start looking at in terms of, it's not just the quote-unquote right thing to do, as somebody was describing on the show that I was just watching earlier, but it's something that you really need to do. It's like a need. It now is, I believe it's now becoming a need, because people kind of have to start coming about or coming back around to where, respect is needed for themselves first, and then they can actually easily give it out, out into the world when they go into the world, So it's super big. Now, the mindset free, something along those lines. And I'm going to just put it that way. The next card for tomorrow's, I can't believe it's fucking Wednesday already. Dude, the time has been flying. I don't even know what is going on. It's never been that fast, and I feel like maybe it's the whole Tesseract thing that I was kind of like, talking about earlier, but with the time flying. But it's funny because it says I had to leave that way, so it's kind of like it's I feel like when you're leaving, you're bouncing, and I feel like that's what time is doing. It's like not that it's bouncing, but you really have to be living in the moment a little bit more, like today and always. But also, P.S., living in the moment today might be a little harder to do, especially for those that are used to living in the moment. Which also, P.S., happens to be what you have to do when you're organizing and when you're getting trained to kind of know by a professional organizer. You have to be in the moment with them to kind of learn where all your shit went. You know what I'm saying? Where all your good stuff went, good shit went. So being in the moment might be a little harder today. For, even the natural people that are, well, I'm not going to say natural, because I have to work for my shit, but like, because I don't know if it's natural for anybody really, unless you're like a little kid, to be in the moment, but like, maybe it is, if you hold on to your inner child, maybe that's what makes it easier, And so for tomorrow, it's Wednesday. Yeah, so I'm mind blown by how it's Wednesday, because I literally felt like I just put out the Wednesday reading from last week, which is fucking nuts. So, so it says I had to leave that way. Wednesday is a health day, where it's all about healing and rainbows and joy. And I'm also getting this time around effectiveness. So maybe there's also somebody that's leaving the energy of, oh, you know what I'm seeing? Oh, wow, that's nuts. Somebody is leveling up, because I'm seeing somebody climbing a ladder here and letting people like go like kind of that are not underneath them, but maybe underneath and around them. So there is somebody that, and this is what I feel like. I feel like it's this ladder's coming off a helicopter. And I don't know why, but I feel like this person is bouncing, like they have to leave that fast. It's like a helicopter is like speed, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like they're flying off in a speedy type of way, where it's like they're, you know, it's all about, here's the thing, I feel like today was step 1, my mind is free, the freeing of the mind, and then step 2 was like, I gotta go now. Like it's like this, it's like, you know, it's kind of like somebody had called in a helicopter, they're waiting for you, and you just have to go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something, like you don't make a helicopter usually wait. Do you get what I'm saying? So, because, you know, it's kind of something that's like ordered ahead of time, you know, it knows that you're coming, there's like a certain, you know, like definitive type of time that it's given to wait for you. So I just feel like and I feel very energized actually as I talk about it, maybe because it's like something that is, you know, we can all look forward to those of us that maybe have been, you know, living out this kind of a little bit of a bullshittery type of lifestyle for no reason, you know, or for no good reason that we can actually kind of see, but maybe, you know, and I'm talking about environmentally speaking, right? Like, you know, we can be all so grateful, but environmentally, you know, sometimes things just don't feel like they need to be prolonged for as long as they have been prolonged for. So I feel like tomorrow is more so a new beginning due to an ending that you just have to kind of bounce from. Thank you, Spirit. So, let me just see what's up. So yeah, so there's like a leveling up tomorrow going on where, you know, I just feel like a lot of people are being left behind, and it's like somebody's gonna have to make change solo. Or it's one person that's making a change, and honestly, I'm hearing decluttering, so I feel like they're self-decluttering themselves, like they're removing themselves out of a situation that like no longer serves them. So I feel like this could be a little bit of a shock, and it could be where people kind of want to hold on tight to, you know, to those that kind of declared that they have to leave. But it's all for the good of the whole entire idea at its smallest and also at its largest. Alright, so Spirit's actually saying that I'm done. I have to go eat. That's what I'm being directed to do. So, guys, take care, enjoy this day, and have such a great day today. Make it so. Alright, bye.